Tour junkies.
What's going on, golf addicts? Welcome to the CJ Cup at the Byron Nelson TPC Craig Ranch 2025 betting preview. DB here, Pat Perry. We're back in the saddle, full strength team this week. We're going to bring in Matt Every here in just a moment. I want to thank our friends at SoBet for hooking it up with the best handicappers you can follow on one app, all in one place. Every sport, 100 handicappers, maybe plus. Vetted handicappers, great cappers for every sport. Leaderboards, who's doing well, who's hot, who's not. Unit allocations, great plays every single day from all those folks there on SoBet. You can get it for just $1 this month if you click the code in the description. And by the way, our exclusive golf bets over there on SoBet are now up about 23 units for 2025, crushing it over there on SoBet. And their third year running, sponsoring the Tour Junkies podcast. So if you support us, support them and be a buddy and go check out SoBet. You can cancel it anytime if you don't like it, but you're going to love it. NBA playoffs are here. Major League Baseball is getting up and running. Of course, I'm a huge Braves fan. So I'm excited about that. And then golf is every single week. So, Pat, good to be back. You and Matt did a great job filling in 2 weeks ago for the RBC Heritage. We, as always, our annual tradition is to take the week off, take a breath, and skip the Zurich. But our boy Matt Every didn't take a breath. He was there. He was on the call for ESPN Plus, PGA Tour Live, doing his thing. Let's bring in the one and only Matt Every. How we doing, buddy?
What's up, boys?
You good?
That was a brutal week to work, by the way.
It's gotta be.
God.
Why?
I mean, what a run you were on, too. You had the Gators winning the national title. You went to both games right at the Final Four, and then, you had the Masters, and then you had that. It was a good run.
Well, I wasn't on site. I was in the studio. So that would have been a really good run if I was there. But I did have sneaky first-round leader last week. So
you did?
Yes. Sent you that screenshot.
You did.
So it was a good week. And DB, congrats, bud.
Novak and Griffin. I thought it was very easy. The only place I dropped that play was on SoBet. So, we don't put every play everywhere, but the ones that we do put everywhere, we put them on SoBet. And I picked 3 teams last week to win. And the first team withdrew before it was over. Billy Horschel, your boy Billy Ho, has somewhat of a back injury, right? Is that what's going on?
I heard it was groin.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, that sucks. That's really bad. So anyway, they withdrew. So I really only had 2 teams in the hunt, and that was Novak and Griffin, and then I had Poston and Mitchell. But a nice little 5-unit hit there on SoBet. We scaled it back a little bit. So I'm feeling kind of hot right now. I mean,
yeah.
I hit Novak, Griffin. We hit Rory. We all hit Rory at the Masters, and hit Minwoo Lee at Houston. So I'm feeling good right now.
DB, and listen, bro, I don't want to jinx it, but O'Neal Cruz is keeping up pace right now.
Is he doing
it? Yeah. I mean, the leader's got 10. The leader's got 10, and he hit 4 last night, I think, or the night before, and O'Neal's got 8 right now. So, could you imagine if this thing comes down to the Jags?
I was watching the Braves game when that dude hit 4. That was the most maddening thing I've ever seen. And we kept throwing the high pitch that he kept sending to the same spot of the ballpark. I kept thinking it was a replay, and I was watching it live, and I kept thinking it was a replay. The dude just kept scoring runs. It was ridiculous. But O'Neal's doing his thing, huh?
Yeah, he is. I'm not watching him, but I'm looking at the stats.
Who else is doing their thing, man? Is Andrew Novak.
Yes.
Can I just say I want to go ahead and make the claim. I'm a big Andrew Novak fan.
Okay.
I like that guy.
Are you concerned with him? I do too. Are you concerned with him closing golf tournaments though? Because I am.
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is kind.
I am.
I kind of am too.
Hold on. At the RBC Heritage.
Okay. Where do you want to go? He tried to hit it out of bounds 3 times at RBC. The ball kicked it.
The drive on 18 in regulation,
really good,
smoked and fantastic. Then he threw a dart, and listen, the guy's he's not known to be a great putter. So I was under no, assumptions that ball was going in, but he threw a dart in regulation to just go ahead and take it. JT's laying up with a little 3-wood off the tee. Novak says, I'm going to send it. I'm going to go win it, take it. Now, I don't like that he didn't hit driver in the playoff. I did not like that. He didn't hit driver in the playoff. He hit a kind of a weak second shot.
Did he hit driver in regulation? I don't think he did either. I think he just hit 3-wood really good.
No, he hit driver in regulation. He moved it all the way up there. I was watching.
I know he moved it all the way up there, but I think it might have been a 3-wood that he moved all the way up there. I think he just nutted it. And I think that's why JT went up to right, because he's probably still scared that if he nails one or pulls it a little, it can go through. I don't know. I think you might be wrong on that one, DB.
We got to check the tape on that.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything. I don't see anything that says like he's a choke artist. Like it is.
I'm not saying that. I mean, eventually he's going to figure it out. Like one of these weeks, he keeps putting himself in. What's it? 4 times in the final group this week or this year. He's going to figure it out for sure. But I mean, that back nine the whole day really couldn't have gone much better for him. That final round at Hilton Head, I watched pretty much the whole thing, and there was nothing to write home about until that really the last shot in regulation, and then the final round yesterday.
The back nine was a total pillow fight by both teams, but
yeah.
I mean, nobody was really doing much. I mean, I get that it's all shot, like it's different. I just think I think he strikes me as a guy, and time will tell, but he strikes me as a guy who something like this could springboard the confidence, and I think it was already building. He already kind of had shown that he can put himself there. It's just a matter of pushing the door open when it's cracked, and I think an event like that for a guy can boost him. And I
you could almost make the same argument for Ben Griffin.
Yeah, I think you could. Yeah.
You could. I think Novak, though, he's been trending all year. We've been talking about him and Griffin in a way, but Griffin to me is I just don't like him anymore at all.
Why not?
I just don't like him. He bothers me. He has this face that like makes you want to punch him in the face. He got mad at some volunteer for a walkie-talkie or something. That kind of
I did hear that.
That kind of ticked me off. Like I think he is a little bit of a choker in my mind. I don't know. I'm more down on. I don't
Griffin like you hating Ben Griffin. I
feel like Ben's unhateable, but
yeah,
I do know, Pat. I do understand the punchable face thing. I'm not saying for him that he's that for me, but I have people like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everybody has different.
There's a scale that we all have in our own minds of what that person's going to be. I'm sure I'm that person for some people, for sure.
I will say, I don't think the aviators while he's playing does him any justice or like any favors. You know what I mean? Like those particular sunglasses.
Yeah,
it's very hard to get over those sunglasses. And it's the whole TikTok Dana thing to me, which I was very disappointed in Dana yesterday and today.
Who's Dana?
Oh, his girlfriend, dude. Like,
I don't have that.
They're the TikTok. They're the TikTok kids.
Really?
Now something has happened, and then they're engaged. I think they're doing well. But they used to. This was a bit that I did on the show. I don't know, like a year ago or 6 months. I don't even know how long ago it was. But I went on a rant about Dana on TikTok. She would do this day in the life or week in the life of a tour player with Ben. And it was the corniest thing I've ever seen. And they were constantly together. And Ben would narrate the videos and say her name 100 times in a minute. It was Dana, 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 Dana. And I did this whole bit about it. And I immediately this morning was like, I can't wait to see what Dana put out yesterday after the win. And she's doing nothing. I don't know what she's doing. She's doing nothing. She's done thirst trapping. I don't know.
They don't make them the same anymore, DB. They don't.
Well, I don't know, man. I was really disappointed in Dana's performance, but I am
a lot of guys. So the back. Let's get back to the finish of that thing. I mean, you're right. That was kind of a pillow fight. Nobody took charge.
Just cars everywhere.
It was really ripe for the taking if Rory and Shane did anything on that front nine.
God, the tour wanted that to happen so bad. They kept showing them hitting terrible putts. And
okay, so So I know you guys probably didn't watch a ton of that golf tournament, but calling it, I had to. And I would bet every dollar I have that Shane Lowry and Rory McIlroy regret the fuck out of singing "Don't Stop Believing" because they played it
a million
nonstop around that place. I mean, I was so and Shane, to be fair, Shane wasn't even singing when they did it. Shane was just standing up on the stage, and he's probably looking over at Rory now, like, "Are you kidding me? We got to listen to this every time we come in." They might not come back next year because they played it so much.
Oh, if any organization can beat a dead horse,
I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
PGA Tour. Do you think Rory and Shane wanted to win yesterday so that because if they win again, they have to come back again next year? I don't think they play. I don't think they were playing this year.
Oh, I definitely think they wanted to win. Yeah, for sure. They would have no issues saying, "Yeah, we're going to take next year off. We'll see you we'll see maybe the year after." Yeah, but they definitely wanted to win for sure.
I wanted to ask you about the TIO relief with the Hogard disaster on 18. That was egregious. That was so crazy. What's
First
your
off, that tee shot is so far offline there.
Way offline.
Way left. That's like yippee left.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, okay, so when that happened, I was kind of on my way out of the building, but I did see like the official huddling around Rasmus or Nikolai, whichever one it was. Was the lie just total trash?
No, I mean, well, the lie was
the original lie. Like,
it was just inside the white stakes, but
I saw that. But
it was in
right?
grass this thick. Not a good lie, but obviously he had line of sight issues with the structure.
Yeah, I understand like the wording of the rules, but I think it's not intent. That's not the word I'm looking for. But like, if it's not realistic, then I don't know if relief should be granted. Like, if he had a bare lie right there and could get to the back of it and send it down the fairway and the bleachers were in his way, I'm probably okay with it, to be honest.
Well, yeah, he's hacking out at best with that lie.
Right.
So then he gets relief, and then he gets a drop from the car path, and then before you know, he's got the ball sitting up on a teat. Like, he's perfect. And it was, I don't know, that was really, as someone with a Novak Griffin ticket and worried that, like, okay, if these guys birdie, which they did, and our guys choke it out somehow, I was like, what the are we doing? Where these guys go from a ball here that he yanked 50 yards offline, and now they've got a clean shot at a birdie and a clean lie, and I don't know. It really sucks from a competitive standpoint. But obviously, if I had the Hogard twins on the card, I'd be thrilled. But
yeah.
That's what we did.
I cannot believe you watched this much of this tournament.
I watched the whole.
I mean, I get why Matt had to do it, but I don't even. I mean, I guess because you had a ticket, but good lord,
I know too much about this place.
I had a ticket. I had a lazy Sunday afternoon. I played golf yesterday morning at Augusta Country Club, which was just splendid. Pat, I know you and I are going to get player this weekend again. I played golf in the morning. I had a lazy Sunday afternoon. I'd watch the Braves go ahead and lose it to the Diamondbacks, and I turned it on. I sweated it out. You know, anytime you get to watch, and if I would have lost to Jake Knapp and those beautiful glistening biceps of his, and I love Jake Knapp, so it would have been okay. It was a good Sunday afternoon. I enjoyed it, but it was a total boring yawn fest pillow fight going on that back nine between those last two.
I got nothing.
Moving on.
I got
nothing. Okay, but before we get into the serious business, let's continue just being ding dongs here. We haven't hung out in a couple weeks. So the biggest debate on the internet right now.
Oh,
guys.
I know what this is. What this is.
The biggest debate on the internet. Now, Matt may be in the dark because he doesn't have X anymore. He doesn't have Twitter. Pat, do you want to tee it up? I think we should talk about this.
Yeah, I do. I hope I know what you're talking about, but
it's totally different.
I did hear this today, and I'm surprised that you're bringing it up. Well, I'm not surprised, but hopefully I'm right. But it's something to do with a silverback ape and 100 men being able to beat up a silverback ape.
Could 100 men kill a silverback gorilla before the silverback gorilla kills all of them?
Oh, man.
No way.
I think they could.
No way.
No way what?
They could do it. No way.
I think they could. I think
they could too.
I would 100% take that bet.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just got to get one guy to get him in a chokehold, and then the rest just start getting after it.
See, I know more than you guys know about this because just from the little snippet I heard about this, these apes are so freaking strong.
Yes,
they could literally like crush your body with their fists. Like they can crush your body. They can rip off your arms.
Yes.
They have skin that even if they gave these people a knife,
I changed my mind.
Their skin can't even be pierced by a knife. Almost.
Oh my gosh!
This thing would rip apart. And like, how are you going to decide? You're going to be like, all right, who's going first?
We're not doing. Okay. All of that is yes. I mean, a factor. We're not doing weapons. There will be mass casualties. There will be mass casualties.
You're gonna have to sacrifice some bodies.
Oh, the front line is gonna be be awful. But if you had 100 guys fully committed, and the thing is, the ape only has 2 arms, just like we do. So yes, the hands or whatever, but he can't take on more than a few at a time. And if you could get some guys sacrificing and guys on the back and chokeholds and blunt trauma to the head and spinal injuries and, all that, if you can get enough, it's a numbers swarming situation, but you got to have full commitment. But I think it could.
That's where I'm at too.
100 guys, Pat.
100 guys.
This is like literally asking the question: if you gave me 100 drives, if I swung as hard as I could, would I be able to hit one of them 300 yards? No, it would not happen.
I would definitely.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. No, yeah. You have a massive.
I think it's that different of like. There's no way 100 men could do it. I don't see it.
Well, I've seen a lot of analysis on the internet about this, and today, because I mean, it went mega viral, like mega viral. I saw a guy created an AI video, like reproduction of this, like a movie basically of this happening. But the end he didn't include, so I don't know who won. But he did an AI thing on it. It was wild to see 100 men swarming the gorilla.
What if it's 100 guys that just made double bogey?
100 pissed off Matt Everys or something?
Yeah, sure, just full rage. I'm with you, man. I think it can be done.
So you've already been swung. You've already flip-flopped. God dang, Matt. You started off with me. Then
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
I didn't convince
that
you.
Scared me for a second, but 100 bodies, ready to roll bodies. Yes, you're going to lose some lives there, but
I've heard zoologists say this could never happen.
you consulted with the zoology?
I have heard about a zoologist saying there's no way that this could ever happen. So I'm going to side with the zoologist.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. Well, people in the YouTube comments, tell us what you think: gorillas or 100 men, and how pissed would you have to be? What would have to happen to get you there, like to get you to go in on it? How pissed?
How many trannies do you have to drink before you'll get in the front line?
Brother, I don't know.
That ain't happening.
Something else would have to happen. I don't know. I don't think I can do it. All right, good discussion. Listen, before we get into the breakdown here, we got to talk about our Ryder Cup trip. It's coming. It's fast coming. It's like 5 months away. In September, Bethpage, New York City, baby. Night 1, we're going to go to a Yankees game. It's going to be great. Tour junkies and friends. We want everybody to come. Then we're going to attack a municipal course. We're going to take it over there down in Manhattan, Clearview Park Golf Course. Play a little 27-hole Ryder Cup style event. Breakfast, barbecue, lunch included. Attend the Ryder Cup on Saturday, all as a big family. Go cheer on the U.S. Watch them take down Europe on Saturday. Saturday night, a private viewing of the Georgia-Alabama game on that Saturday night. Assuming it's Saturday night, it better be Saturday night. I'm sure it will be. And then if you want to stay over, you can stay over and do the Sunday Ryder Cup with us. All you got to do is click the link in the description, fill out the form. Even if you can't do all of it, but you want to do some of it, that's fine. You can fill out the form and just say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. I want to hang out with the tour junkies at some level. What can we do? Our friends at Elite Events are happy to help. But go ahead and start putting your contact info on that form. Click the link and check it out. Scroll and check out the packages. The hotel's included. The transportation to and from everything is included. Elite Events takes care of all that. They've been doing it for decades, taking care of trips like this, events, buddies trips, all that good stuff. We know them, we trust them, we've worked with them since Tour Junkie started. So click the link, check out the packages, and then fill out the form. You're not committed to anything. They're not going to bug you. You're not going to get on some list. These are good local people based here in Augusta, Georgia. So give them a shot. They'll work with you. Bring some buddies, even if they don't know who we are. Bring some friends. Bring some family members. Let's have a good time at the Ryder Cup. It's going to be a lot of fun. Matt, you ready to talk a little?
Yeah, let's do
it. Did you ever play here?
Can't wait. Yeah, played here a bunch.
Did you? What was your?
Well, I played like web. There was the web.com or whatever it was called at the time. With the Tour Championship was here, and then I probably played 1 or 2 years of the Nelson here, maybe.
Any fond memories of the Nelson? Were you here when KH Lee won it? Those
No, I don't think so. Nothing, dude. This place. Yeah.
It's a pretty lame golf course. Are you doing anything on the call this week?
I got the week off.
Okay. I mean, I know they've made some renovations. It's pretty long. Par 71. It's like close to 7,600 yards.
Yeah.
They pushed some tees back, some grass changes. I heard.
Really? What were the grass changes?
The rough apparently now is like a ryegrass and not so much Bermuda. So I don't know if that's gonna. And they're saying they're gonna let it grow a little bit more. In the past, it's been like 2 3/4 inches. They're saying they're gonna let it grow about a half an inch, but now it's rye. Which, when you say ryegrass, a little easier to hit out of than pure Bermuda.
Well, it's Bermuda's. There's more guess involved, I would say. Yeah, rye's more. It's more predictable for sure.
Yeah.
I think the zoysia grass is a big reason why guys just rip this place up. I mean, perfect lie in the fairway, but then around the greens, bent grass greens are usually soft. It's hot there this time of year. You get storms. If you don't get storms, then it's hot. They got to water it to keep it alive. And you got, some of the best players in the world basically hitting off of a tee around the green. It's hard. This is a golf course. It's hard to f up on.
Yeah. It does look like they're going to get some rain. It looks like some rain coming on Wednesday that'll soften the place up a bit. Very little.
It'll be soft all week.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't look like a ton of wind for the actual tournament. Really windy today and tomorrow, from what I saw earlier, but not a lot of wind during the tournament. So really no defense here. We've already seen a lot of winning scores in the 20s at this place. So even though it's long, it seems like it's pretty gettable. My bet the number model has been published. I don't know if the folks at Bet the Number have actually published their model, but I know I have. And went pretty heavy on ball speed. Give me some distance. Give me some big boys. The long iron approaches 175 to 225, 250 are pretty big here. And then it's kind of putting. It's like bomb it, hit your long irons well, roll the rock. And I think when you see years like KH Lee winning, I think Ben Coles almost won this dang thing. Remember, he choked it away last year.
Yeah, he gave this thing away.
So, like, when you have guys like that aren't necessarily maulers, it's probably because they just made everything. But I think for the most part, the safe play is to play the bombers here. I mean, you guys have any other thoughts? And while you give some thoughts, I'll share my screen and show a little of Bet the Numbers TPC Craig Ranch information. Pat, you got any thoughts?
Pat, you got anything?
I mean, I would just say I would agree. I mean, you look at definitely the Bombers are going to play well here, but you do see a few of these other names that just pop up here on the leaderboard that aren't necessarily that long, but just probably got super hot with the putter. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot to get excited about this golf course in general, or the field, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
it's a pretty
is what it is.
It's pretty brutal. When you look at guys who finished top 5 here on Bet the Number, it's like green everywhere. Kind of hard to gain a lot of strokes off the tee. It's just like distance, but definitely approach, definitely putting. A little bit of around the green play, but it's kind of a simple golf course. There's not a whole lot to it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anything else to add? We're all really excited about this course.
No, I mean, I think it's similar guys you're looking at similar guys from Mexico probably this year. And what was the other one?
Houston, maybe?
Houston. That's just kind of, I mean, I don't mean anything. I don't mean anything mean by this, but they're almost idiot proof off the tee. You can just pound it and go find it.
Yeah. I've been here a couple years. We got friends down in this area. So I've done the media thing here a few times, talked to a bunch of players here, walked some practice rounds with guys. And that's really the theme is, hit it a long way off the tee, rip driver, try to hit it as close as you can, make everything. You better go low. So especially no wind and rain before we're going to be softened up. It's going to be nice. So not much to think about there in terms of the golf course. But if we move on, do we have a season-long punishment we want to agree on, guys?
I've been pitching the comedy act, but you guys are the ones stuck.
How long and where do we have to do that?
5 minutes.
Yeah. 5 minutes. Okay.
Is that how? I mean, I've never been to like an open mic night. Do they only give you 5 minutes, or do you have?
I have
5 minutes would be good. Like, I don't want to be up there like just searching for several minutes. Like, you got to go on the clock for 10 minutes or something.
No. So I've actually done a couple open mic nights for comedy. They're kind of fun. They give you just depending on which one you do, they give you 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or something like that. There's a time limit. You can't just go up there for 20 minutes or whatever. So 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I think that's the perfect thing. You got to put together something. You got to be, on your game at least a little bit. You can't just
wing it,
cake through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony, you've done some open mics, huh? What's your?
Just a couple times.
Come on, give us something.
Yeah, come on. You tell something funny. Dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah, come on.
Make me a bicycle clown.
Tell me a joke.
Make me laugh, white boy. I'm just kidding.
I had a bit about do they call traveling in wheelchair basketball?
Sick.
And then is there like in a wheelchair basketball league? Is there like a slam dunk contest? They do like a 360 dunk, and you got the little motorized thing. You go around.
Nice.
Not too bad.
Who would you say your biggest comedic influence is, Tony?
Ooh, that's hard. There's so many.
Stand up.
I don't know. I always liked Dane Cook as a kid. I know he got. That's a little bit of a throwback. I know he was like, I don't know, whatever around Tim. Shane Gillis is pretty funny nowadays. I always liked like the blue collar comedy tour guys, stuff like that. Just, I mean, honestly, anything. Just
I feel
anything
like you could have pulled off like a Mitch Hedberg.
Oh yeah,
you could have
pulled dry Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah.
I'll never forget Dane Cook talking about the. You had a light bulb moment there, Matt?
No, I was just gonna say, let's figure this out. So are we locked in on this?
Yeah, let's lock it in.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Hands
locked in. All right, locked in.
And
comedy
team
locked in.
Let's get into the picks because my computer's about to die.
Matt, you're way behind, by the way.
Am I? Fuck.
Yeah, we wanted to lock
behind.
Yeah, you're way behind.
Oh, whatever. Right. I'll be all right.
Let's get into the picks. All right, I'm first, right, Tony?
Yeah.
I will take Scotty.
You.
All right.
Tony, you're up next.
I'm second. I'm going Jordan Spieth.
Yep.
How far behind am I?
A lot.
You are way behind.
4 million.
You are
4 million behind the next person?
Yes.
3.5, 4, yeah.
You have 2.4 million.
What are we doing?
Just
apparently a comedy act. Is it my go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with Sung Jae.
Okay. Pat?
I thought about Sung Jae, but I'm going to go with Siwoo Kim here.
Thought about him too.
Matt, back to you. Or no, sorry, Pat.
No, it's Pat.
Yeah, 150 to 1 and longer, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go with I'll go with Trey Mullinax, the guy everybody's been we keep talking about every so often, but on a course like this, I'll go Mullinax.
Pat loves Trey Mullinax. I think Pat would fanboy if he met Trey Mullinax.
There's no way. Go back, check the tape. I have not mentioned him all year. Matt's mentioned him more than I have.
I
know, but I know that you do because we saw him that one time at Ponte Vedra, and ever since then you've never stopped.
That was like 8 years ago.
I know you haven't stopped talking about it. All right, go Matt.
I want to go guy with no form at all. Jonathan Vegas.
Oh,
Sniped it.
I've played with him here before, and we got done one day, and he shot 6 under, and it looked like 2 over, and I was like, "What?" Like that's this golf, and honestly, that's this golf course. Like you're going to see a lot of guys that just bully their way around here to 4 under par or 5 under par.
I had 2 names written down that I like, and that's it, and that's one of them. Tony, you're up.
Hopefully the other one wasn't Adam Svensson.
No, it was not. Is he 150 to 1?
Yeah, he's right at the number. That's what Bet the Number had.
Wow. I love Joseph Bramlett here. I
was looking at him too.
I like Bramwagon. He's got some decent finishes here. He bombs it. He's incentivized to play well. I think he's got some limited status going on. So I like Bramlett. So that's how we'll do it. Just a quick update, Matt, since we got through the picks. I am leading at 7.9 million thanks to Rory at Augusta. Tony is in second at 6.9 million. Pat is in third at 6.2, and then you have 2.4.
Jesus Christ!
So we got to pick it up a notch. Pick it up a notch. Okay, you got it. Still a long season, plenty of time.
Oh God, this is a regular event. I'm not even if I win this week, I'm down $3 million.
Yes, that is true.
But we got 2 big ones after this.
Yeah, for sure. What Matt? Any other guys you like before we let you out of here in your computer dive?
Don't hate Toasty this week. I just saw he's around 80 to 1. I think he opened at like 100. I don't hate him at all this week.
I like Toasty too.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah, nothing else. Maybe like I'll put it in the Discord, but nothing jumping out at me crazy. I might look at Pot Eater, but he's been playing pretty bad lately.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right, Matt. Thanks, buddy.
All right, boys.
We'll get back into the baseball talk. Let's do a baseball card segment next week and piss everybody off.
Next week. Let's do it. Really? Right. People got pissed about that?
Well, just one guy he sent us an email.
Oh, okay.
Imagine writing an email, Matt, about a baseball card.
Man, his life must be pretty good if he has to complain about that.
I know.
All right. See you, boys.
Thanks.
Later.
See you, Matt. Matt everybody apparently doesn't know how to charge his laptop. No big deal.
No, I don't.
He's still here.
I do not.
Let's do the I was gonna do the awkward news thing where everybody just waits for it to cut away. Do want to thank our friends at Bet the Number. Was flashing up some screenshots there on Bet the Number, showing you some of the goods behind the scenes. The folks at Bet the Number, speaking of behind the scenes, very behind the scenes, years of experience analyzing golf courses, analyzing players. Worked for the U.S. Ryder Cup for 2 different years. Work with PGA Tour players to help them attack golf courses and use the data to their advantage. That's who's behind the scenes at Bet the Number. No other site can say that, I assure you. So what have they done? They've built an amazing product. It looks great. You don't have to be a data scientist to use it. It won't make your eyes cross because there's too much information on the screen. They know what they're doing, folks. And it's a beautiful, beautiful site. And they've eliminated a lot of the junk that they don't think you need to have. You know, strokes gained, East Texas with wind and, that flag at half mask or whatever. So all that's been eliminated. The noise has been eliminated at Bet the Number, and we think you should check it out. If you click the link in the description, code TJ gets you a very nice discount for a weekly, monthly, annual subscription, whatever you got to do. It's very nice. We promise you won't regret it. Great data there. They publish a model every week. I publish my model there every week. It's good stuff. Check it out. All right, Pat. Let's get into this.
Okay.
Scotty Scheffler's here. Will he win?
Yes.
Will he win? You think he'll win?
No, actually, I don't think he's going to win.
It's just too random, right?
KH Lee won this tournament twice in a row.
Yeah.
It's really all you need to know.
Yeah.
This is where TPC League came out. This is where we started TPC League.
Yeah, this is the Bay Hill of Texas. You get KH Lee, Matt Every, right?
Yeah. I mean, Scotty will be up there. I mean, I think a top 10 would be easy, but I don't know. Something's going to happen that'll like he won't win for some weird reason. Somebody will get to improve their life, like last weekend on the PGA Tour. Something, you never know. Somebody's going to hit a tree like Brian Campbell, put him in the fairway, and cause us to lose our bets. That's what's going to happen this week.
And, if it does turn into that kind of somewhat of a putting contest, I mean, now his putting has improved, it seems, from the last few years here. Last year was his best year putting at Craig Ranch, and he basically finished neutral. He gained less than a shot. So, he finished top 5, finished T5. So, it's just, it is really brutal to think about taking him at plus 280. When you think about the outright market, which is what we're going to talk about now, I just, can't pull the trigger. Although, of course, I'd be foolish not to take him in the season long bet, since that's what we just did. And but not super excited about this event. This is a tough, as you can tell, we weren't really excited. I mean, we talked about a gorilla fight prior to breaking this down. What's next week? I don't even remember. What is next week? What event's next week? Is it oh, they're playing at Philly Cricket Club next week. It would be Wells Fargo at Quail, but they're playing at Philly Cricket Club.
Oh, well, that'll be fun to talk about.
That will be fun. And they're playing the Myrtle Beach, the alternate event.
Yeah. Chris Goddard won that last year.
Yes, he did. He did win that. And then we have the PGA Championship. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to be off and running after this week, but this week is it's a tough scene. Okay. First outright bet that you like, Pat, who is it? Top of the board, shortest number. Who do you like?
I mean, I guess Sungjae, even though he hasn't won in forever, but I mean, he's been playing a lot better. You look at his last couple starts, 5th at the Masters, 11th at RBC Heritage. I mean, he's 29th in your model. I've got your model pulled up. I know he hasn't won, and it's just like, but who else?
Yeah,
I don't want to take Jordan. I don't think Jordan's going to win. I think Sungjae can win, and I think the next one I would even go to would be Siwoo, who I mentioned earlier. Those are two that I really like up here at the top.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the top. I'm with you. I'm a little intrigued by Pendrith going back to back here, as we've seen it can be done, and I just feel like he fits this place so well. But I don't love some of his short game has just not been good. So I don't know if I want it. Honestly, the most attractive name, like the name that is and I got one coming up here in a minute that I never bet, but this guy I have bet this year. The name that is the first click for me. It's an absolute yes. At his best number right now is on FanDuel at 45-1 is Jaeger. But that's the first one for me. I don't want anyone shorter than that. Like Griffin intrigues me here, but coming off of the win at Zurich and all that, I don't know if that's best. I mean, and you could tell I don't know. Well, you didn't watch any of it, but he did add some distance. So he's been hitting it further. He hit it pretty far yesterday, which I think will do well here. And I think in a birdie fest, he's good. So I looked at Griffin for a bit, but I just don't see him going back to back here. So Jaeger's the first one for me that I really, really like. T20, T11 the last couple of years here. Irons have been really good. Been losing strokes off the tee, but that's just because he's spraying it. He's bombing it. There's plenty of room here. Rough's not bad. I think this is a great spot for Jaeger. And he's a guy down here that can close the door and win an event. So,
yeah, I agree. I mean, I had Jaeger start. I thought he certainly has a chance to win this golf tournament. Good history here. I agree with you. I think the next guy, and really Matt sort of validated it by what he said about, kind of comparing it to Mexico is Jake Knapp. I mean, Jake Knapp's 55. He's 55-1. He was 8th here last year. It is a perfect fit for him where you can just send it off the tee and he can go low. We know that. He played well last week with Frankie Sappin, who hasn't done anything since he's been on the PGA Tour. I can't say because I didn't watch it, but I would imagine that Knapp did a lot for that team.
Yeah, he did
last week.
Really, you could argue Sappin lost it for him because he hit one in the water on 17 on the par 3, hooked one in the water.
Yeah. So I love Jake Knapp at 55-1. I think of all the folks that I'm even talking about, even Sungjae and Siwoo, who are supposedly better players up top, I'd go Jake Knapp over those two guys too.
He's 60 on FanDuel.
I love it even more.
I'm 100% with you. I like that as much as any play on the board. There is a name there is a name between Jake Knapp and Steven Yeager that your boy had to do some real soul searching on.
Oh gosh, please don't do this.
Maybe I shouldn't.
I don't think you should do this because I know where you're going.
Because I've said some strong things about this guy.
Yeah. And if you do this, you can't ever go he will immediately be your favorite player in my. I don't care if.
No, he's not going to be my favorite player.
No. If you say this name, he's
okay.
He's forever.
Then I'm not doing it. I will not live with that.
I mean, I could say it.
You can say it. You can say a name.
Okay.
And then I will, like I always do, I will either say I like that or I don't like that. And that may or may not be the name that I was going to say.
Well, I'm talking about Mackenzie Hughes because he has been playing some very good golf. And no, he cannot send it off the tee, but he can do pretty much everything else fairly well. That's who I'm talking about.
I noticed some things about Mackenzie. I noticed some things. One of the things that Mackenzie rarely does is hit irons well. I don't know if you know this about Mackenzie. But he had a wonderful display of ironing at the RBC Heritage, where he gained 2.41 strokes in a very strong field. In fact, he's gained strokes with his irons in eight consecutive rounds. Now, we're not talking about a large swath of strokes. We are talking about minimal strokes. But Pat, I was also just happened to stumble upon stumbling upon other ironing data from Mr. Hughes from past. And the last time that he's gained strokes in 8 consecutive rounds on the PGA Tour was over a year ago, okay, for the beginning of the year, okay? And you might think, okay, no big deal. Before that, do you know when the last time he did that was?
No.
It was the summer of 2019. No one knew what COVID was at that point. So all of that to say, Pat, an astute observation by you on Mr.
Thank you.
On Mr. Hughes. I give you full credit for such a selection.
Yeah.
It is intriguing. Typically, I am disgusted and completely repulsed by the Canadian shit-eating, grinning Mr. Hughes. But I do understand your intrigue. I would also venture to say that based on bet the number analytics, he may have gained a little bit of, as they say, pop in the bat, and he might not be hitting it as queefy as he normally does, because his average ball speed is 175 miles an hour right now, which is not short. Around the green play is as magical as it usually is for him, and putting is usually solid too. So very intriguing selection, Pat.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know if I feel good about it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can never feel good about that one.
No. Well, there's not really many in this field that I could feel great about.
No, that is true. Yeager and Knapp for me, and it gets real ugly from there. All right, as we continue down the board, because I don't even, who knows if that was the guy I was thinking of or not. But as we continue down the board, I'm going to go back to the well on my buddy Ryan Gerard. I feel like, Gerard's been playing well. He's had a couple of moments in contention. Houston 9th, Valero runner-up, T12 at the Zurich with his partner just last week, and hitting it nicely. Is good friends with Ben Griffin, so that's got to feel good. Seeing his buddy do well, gain some strokes, ball striking in Mexico. I think that was a good fit for him. Hits it plenty far off the tee. So Gerard is at 65-1 on FanDuel, and as a guy who's kind of felt the heat lately, feels like a name that I wouldn't mind at 65. What about you? Keep going.
Yeah, I don't mind Gerard. Another guy now he does not fit the profile of what we've talked about, but as far as being long, but playing really well the last several weeks is Eric Cole. It's 65-1.
He is coming back, isn't he? But I was like, wow, why is he so bad in my model? But
he's terrible in your model. But he's.
I know, but when you look at it, apparently his irons. If you look at his last 5 tournaments, his approach numbers are great, but apparently the long irons are not where he's doing well. But he is playing much better. That's for sure. Maybe he just hasn't had a lot of long iron opportunities in that 175 to 250 range that I put it in.
No, but I mean, I do like Cole at 65-1. Maybe he'll finally get a victory. I'm with Matt on Toasty. I mean, I think when you look at a profile pick, perfect fit. I mean, he's 4th in your model. He's been playing well. I mean, obviously he likes Texas, 5th in Houston, 12th in Texas, or at the Texas Open. So I think Toasty's another one there at 80-1. And then I really don't have a ton more after this, DB.
Totally agree on Toasty. I got a couple more. The first one at 75-1 on FanDuel.
I do like Hisatuncie also. I will say that.
I like him.
Yeah.
Him and Takumi had a good day yesterday. They kind of blew up at the end to finish T18, but they were up there yesterday playing well. I mean, Valspar, Valero, Heritage playing well. He's not a bomber. He's not going to check those boxes, but the putter can get super hot for him. And he's a PGA Tour winner. So, like, to get a winner at 75-1 in this field, he could bend Coles this thing for sure. So I think he's in play. Total opposite profile is the young guy, Michael Thorbjornsen, who's also been playing extremely well lately and has been close and in contention the last 2 weeks. Runner up at Corrales, had a putt to make a playoff there in Corrales, and then T4 at the Zurich. Had a decent finish at the Zurich. So I'm in on Thorbjornsen. Hits it a long way. I love his swing, by the way. I don't know if you've got to see a lot of him, but I watched the back 9 at Corrales and I watched the back 9 yesterday, and he was featured in both. I love his swing. So he's 75-1. And the last one I think it's worth a nod is Sammy Valimaki.
Yeah.
Like,
he was going to be my next name as Valimaki.
I mean, almost won, could have won Mexico the year Knapp won. Was that last year? Which we're saying is a comp course. Played T4 in Houston this past year. The irons are dialed. The putter is dialed right now. He's kind of average ball speed to be such a brute looking boy. He's kind of a bunter, but his irons are working right now. So I think Valimaki, he's 110-1, and he's been in the hunt. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could look too at Chris Goddard. Goddard's been playing well.
I didn't even know he's in the field.
Yeah, he's in the field. He's at 80-1, I think. Now I messed myself up by going to a different screen on BTN, but
yeah.
And the one thing too about him is that we don't really have. The last 2 events where he played well, we don't have shot tracker information.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see, if there was, some data on what's been working there. But I do think, Goddard, with just how he hits it off the tee, I think he could make some sense as a long shot play.
Played well in Houston too. Yeah, I get it. I think I prefer Valimaki, but 100-1, whatever.
Yeah,
not bad. All right, let's talk about top 20s. 6-pack, 2 locks, 1 bomb. We can probably both agree on at least one of these, but I'll go Jaeger at plus 160. Like, he's the first one I thought about Pendrith, but like I said, I think Pendrith has some warts. I like the value on Jaeger a lot. So I'm going to go Jaeger at plus 160. And I'm going to go Jake Knapp plus 210. I think both of those are locked.
Yeah, I love them. Well, then I'll go with Siwoo at plus 125.
Okay.
And then I'll go with Eric Cole at plus 225 there. I mean, 3 top 20s in his last 4 events. Was T23 just outside the top 20 the last time he played here in 2023. I'll go with Cole plus 225.
If he doesn't play well, we're going to dig into his long iron numbers and see if DB's model was on point. All right, who's your bomb?
A guy that always just feels like sneaks up in the top 20s, and he's been playing fairly well, Nate Lashley, DB.
Oh, my God.
Nate Lashley. He's finished T17 and T23 here in 2022 and 2023 with a couple missed cuts, but his last 2, T12 in Texas at the Texas Open, Houston T27.
What's his
plus 550, DB. So it's a long shot. It's a long shot top 20.
Hideous in this field. Absolutely hideous. I'm going to go with a guy who's getting limited activity, limited starts, limited status, needs to make the best of the starts he does get, which I mentioned in the season-long bet selection. He's only played 5 events this year, and he doesn't have a whole lot to speak of, but a third in Puerto Rico. It's Joseph Bramlett. So T7 here in 2021, T19 in 2023. So he's had flashes here. Definitely a bomber. I'm going Bramlett at plus 450 to finish in the top 20. Needs a good week. Any other thoughts, Pat? Anything else you want to talk about? We haven't talked to each other in a while. We're going to get to, we should have said this earlier. We're going to get to hang out this weekend.
Yeah.
Our boy Evan Panic, the 2024 Tour Junkies Discord Listener League champion, has selected. Shout out, Evan, has selected to come to Augusta for his trip. The last couple of years, we've gone to Savannah. Winners have chosen to go to Savannah. This year, Evan's chosen to come to Augusta. So he's going to get here on Friday. We're going to play a little golf at Champions Retreat, and then we're going to have dinner, probably some cocktails, some adult bevies, and then we are going to wake up Saturday, play Augusta Country Club, I think. And I think Chalk Bomb Ben is going to come in town as well. It's going to be a party. We're going to have a great time. He's going to get a great weekend. All expenses, we're going to say most expenses paid by Tour Junkies. We're putting him up. We're paying for his golf, his dinner. And it's going to be a great, great weekend. Pat, do you want to speak to what the weekend or maybe how people could get their chance to come to Augusta or Savannah?
Well, I mean, here's what you do, DB. You get in our Nut Hut Discord. You can pay $10 a month. Actually, you can pay $5. You can kind of just peek in the door a little bit. But
can you still get in the listener league if you do that?
No, you can't.
I don't know.
That's true.
Oh,
yeah. But $10, you can get in our listener league. You win that. You can win this contest, and it is always a good time. As a matter of fact, as soon as you get in the Nut Hut, just, tag me or DB, or just tag E-Pain, who's Evan, who just won, or AK, who won last year and got to go to Savannah, and just see what they say. Because I guarantee you they're going to say that, well, you got to wait till next week for E-Pain, for Evan.
Yeah.
But AK will definitely sing the praises of the Listener League weekend.
We've done this. Is this like our 5th time doing this, maybe? 4th or 5th? No one's ever had a bad time. No one's ever had a bad time.
No, it's been fantastic every time.
Great time. I'm excited to play some golf with you, bud. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have a great weekend in preparation for member guests in a month. We're about a few days more than a month out for member guests.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
I'm rounding into form, DB. The handicap's getting where it needs to be. I mean, we talk about sending it off the tee. I've been sending it, DB. Just going all out.
Oh dear.
So.
Can't wait to see it in person. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for watching. Listen, let's have a great week for the CJ Cup. You can still win money. We'll put out some plays on SoBet. There'll be plays in the Discord as well. Getting us geared up for these next few weeks of some really nice fields, some really good golf courses coming up with Philly Cricket Club, Quail, all that good stuff. It's going to be fun. So, bend over your buckies. See ya. Out. Tour Junkies featuring David Barnett is not an affiliate of CWM LLC. Opinions expressed by the host or guests do not reflect those of CWM LLC. CWM LLC does not endorse gambling or the entities promoted by the Tour Junkies podcast. David is a non-registered representative of CWM LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.